Hi there, everyone. My name is Cameron. I am the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Outreach at Widener University, working specifically with our Graduate and Continuing Studies Department. I'm happy to be here today to offer a discount tuition for all of our graduate programs, with a few minor exclusions, as well as our continuing studies programs that are qualified as our undergraduate online courses. So undergraduate certificates as well as associate's and bachelor's degrees. Today, I'm going to talk through an introduction of Widener University and our partnership program, as well as a quick virtual campus tour, go into all of our programs as much as I possibly can, and overview the Widener Advantage and how to apply. So if you were not aware, Widener's main campus is located in Chester, Pennsylvania. It's about 15 to 20 minutes outside of Center City, while being located in a suburb, hopefully not making you deal with the traffic of 95 all the time. We have about 6,000 students that are enrolled with us across all divisions. So whether that's undergrad or grad, about 6,000 students total from 49 states. And we offer a good amount of different graduate programs. So whether it's a graduate program in business or education or engineering at different levels of certificates and certifications and masters and doctorates, we have a very wide breadth of opportunities. But at the same time, we keep our class settings rather intimate so you can build relationships with not only faculty, but people who are your peers and will continue to be your peers in your career. So we have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, with many of our faculty and staff holding a doctorate degree. Our partnership benefits include a 20% discount on all graduate and continuing studies tuition, aside from our Crozier medical programs, our online MSW, and our undergraduate day programs, meaning anything that would require you to be on campus during the day for undergrad. This applies to everyone at Nielsen Kellerman, regardless of hourly or full-time, etc. And the application fee for all of our programs is waived for anyone who watches this webinar. So if you decide to apply online, feel free to let your enrollment counselor know that you are an employee of Nielsen Kellerman and skip that $35 fee. Once you apply with your basic information, a dedicated enrollment counselor will be in touch about the next steps. And I will get into that a little bit later, but they will be a great resource to you throughout the entire duration of your application process. So here we have a virtual tour of Widener's campus that I just let run for a minute. So you can see our proximity to Philadelphia there. We'll get into it, but many of our programs are offered online. So even if you don't need to come to campus, if you never need to come to campus for class, while you're a student here, you still have access to some of the resources, really all the resources that you saw in that video. So whether it be use of our library or the Bloomberg lab that you saw on there, want to come dine on campus, or just take a walk around, all of those resources are accessible to you during your enrollment. So I'm going to jump into some of these programs. We'll start off with our adult and continuing studies programs. So you can see we start off over here on the left with our certificates, things like alcohol and drug counseling, diversity, equity, and inclusion for law enforcement, all the way over to our Bachelor's of Arts and Associates and Bachelor's of Science as well. So some pretty great offerings here. Some of these programs that you'll see travel with you from maybe an associate's level all the way up to a master's level, or a bachelor's level all the way up to a master's level. So our organizational development and leadership bachelor's degree is geared towards people who are interested in studying undergraduate business. It also has a correlated graduate certificate as well as a master's degree. Same thing with our associates in allied health education. It also has a bachelor's option and a master's option. So some really great offerings here to get back into school. This is geared towards our non-traditional learners. So if you have a few college credits or you have no college credits, these are all online offerings that will help you reach your potential educational goals. Doing a little tuition breakdown for these programs. So continuing studies, as I mentioned, is geared towards our non-traditional learners, meaning some of you may have 0 credits, some of you may have 90 credits, and everything in between. For the sake of calculating the tuition for these programs, I took it at an associate's price for a total associate's as well as a bachelor's price for a total bachelor's. So keep in mind, if you're a full-time student with these programs, you'll be completing an associate's in 2 years and a bachelor's in 4 years. I would say that's not necessarily the norm, but it helps you break that price down a little bit further if that's what you're interested in. Maybe you do it in 4 years, save a little bit of money there as well. Some good options here and some really great reform nationally in financial aid. Now, the price that you see there at $634, first of all, it is accurate as of March 6th, 2024. So these are always subject to change. But I'm trying to give you the most current data that I have at the moment. But that's also before any discounting. So you may be eligible for scholarshiping, or you may be eligible for partnership discounts, or maybe alumni discounts, which are all, pretty significant amounts. So you can say maybe 20, 25%, depending on the discount. That can save you a good chunk of what that $38,000 or that $76,000 looks like. So that's why it says almost next to the 76 and next to the 38. I'm not sure that that's going to be exactly what it is, but once you apply and once we apply all the discounts to your account, we hope that we can get it significantly cheaper than what it says right there. Going into our graduate certificates, we'll touch on these a little bit. Some of these are great options when you look at our business degrees in business fundamentals, business innovation, customized business studies, investment management, human resources. There's some really great specializations that you can do with our business school and start these certificates that stack right into a master's. So when you're beginning a certificate, it may be 9 credits, 12 credits. And then when you finish, you have a 30 credit master's degree that you're after. And those 9 or 12 credits stack directly into those 30 credits. So if there's 30 credits in a master's and you complete a 12 credit certificate, you'll only need 18 credits of the master's to complete that. Now, you may be asking, why is that important? The reason that's important is because our graduate certificates are priced significantly less expensive than our master's price. So you can be looking at some pretty serious savings by the time you complete all of these. I'll go into in a few slides what the master's rate of business is, but this should give you a general idea of what you would pay if it was a master's degree with before any of the certificate and partnership discount. Like I said, our certificates stack directly into a master's. So these are our correlated our correlated master's programs in business. We have our Masters of Science in Business Innovation that focuses heavily on artificial intelligence. We have our professional MBA that's a 30 credit professional MBA. It can be completed online or in person. All of the classes are offered online and in person. So if you want to take 1 class online and 9 classes in person or vice versa, it's really up to you how you're able to tailor your education for those 30 credits. Our specialized MBAs are 33 credits and helps you stand out in the future for any promotions. Really just a great thing to put on the resume for only 3 more credits. We have a lot of people in our healthcare management MBA. We do well with data analytics and investment management as well. We also have the taxation and financial planning if you're looking to be on that side of things. So breaking down the tuition for our business degrees, just to give you a general idea of what this could look like. And like I said, this is accurate as of March 6th, 2024. Our cost per credit in the business school for a master's degree is $1,132. And for our professional MBA, it's 30 credits. So it'll be roughly $34,000 to complete your MBA. Most of our students complete these in 2 to 3 years, again, so you can kind of break that price down a little bit there. And again, this is before any discounting. So something to keep in mind, if you get that 20% partnership discount, if you get an alumni discount, if you get any scholarshiping or financial aid, you can always add that in and get it down to a pretty affordable and reasonable number. Moving into our master's programs in engineering, we cover a pretty wide breadth here. We're doing some exciting things in our engineering school with moving into maybe some construction management as well. There are many prominent engineers who are Widener grads in this region and across the nation. So what is the Widener Advantage? The Widener Advantage that we've talked about already, but it's our convenient location. If you do choose to come to campus for your classes, we are right down the road from Nielsen Kellerman. I've been there a few times, so pretty short drive to get over here. But if you live in the city, it's a pretty short drive out as well if you do choose to come to campus. Our part-time students move at their own pace, so there's no pressure to go too fast and get lagged behind. Sometimes, students might take a semester off if they have a busy work schedule that semester. We typically, we see students finish in 2 to 3 years, like I mentioned a little bit before, but that might be with a semester break or 2 semester break, and life happens, and we get that. So we want students to feel comfortable and move at their own pace as we go throughout this process. Obviously, we know most of the people that are enrolling in these classes are full-time professionals, meaning we want to offer any classes that are synchronous in the evening hours. So the difference between synchronous and asynchronous might require a couple of meetings with your classmates or your professor during the week, whereas asynchronous, you'll be doing discussion posts or just general things in the background, kind of you do your readings and respond to classmates along the way as well. So as I mentioned, many of these programs are offered online, but we do have face-to-face courses as well as some hybrid availability for different programs. So it depends on the program. If you have specific questions, our email is going to be on the last slide. Please feel free to reach out with those questions. Again, how to apply here. So this is our link, widener.edu/apply. Once you apply through this link, it will ask for some basic background information about you, and our enrollment counselors will be in touch as soon as possible after you submit that. So once you submit some basic information about yourself, you may be prompted to add different materials like prior transcripts or personal statements or letters of recommendation, things of that sort that can really help set you apart and pass our admissions requirements. I do like to say, depending on the program and the time of year, obviously, but typically if you apply to a rolling admissions program, we'd love to get that application turned around in about a week from the time that you submit all the materials to the time that we have an admissions decision for you. We're working for you, we're advocating for you with our faculty. If there's any situation where students may not meet all the requirements, our enrollment counselors advocate heavily for potential advocates to be admitted to all of our programs. And that is about all that I have. So as I said, I will leave this slide up here for questions. Please feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email anytime. We are around Monday through Friday, happy to assist any way we can and be a resource to you on your educational journey. So thank you so much for having me today. And we greatly appreciate our partnership with Nielsen Kellerman and hope to see you soon.